Welcome back. I'm Olivia's Romantic Home, and in today's video, I am so excited to share with you guys a mega Christmas decorating and crafting marathon. So this is going to include so many different Christmas trees that I have done in my home. We're going to do step-by-step with designer-inspired ribbon ideas, how to cluster ornaments. In fact, I'm going to share with you guys this tree, as well as my big living room Christmas tree, my dining room tree, my entryway trees, outside, my mailbox. The one that I'm currently going to be working on is my bedroom, so that's going to be for next week, but you guys don't want to miss out. Make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. This is my 6th season on YouTube, and I have a huge, massive I Love Christmas series playlist. I share with you guys so many different ideas on how to create a boutique, gorgeous home on a budget. So grab your cup of coffee. I have my coffee with whipped cream and a dab of cinnamon, hot cocoa, hot tea, lemonade, whatever you guys love to drink, a snuggly blankie if you're going to be kicked back watching this, snuggle up on your sofa or in bed or wherever you guys are watching this from, or maybe you just want to press play and get up and start crafting and decorating with me. I'm so excited for this season of crafting and decorating. I am going to be announcing a new giveaway next week, so don't miss out on that. And remember, when I post my giveaway winners, I'll just simply post them on social media, and all you guys have to do is email me your shipping address. So look for new giveaways coming next week, and I'm so excited to share this video with you guys. Remember, crafting and decorating is so good for your heart and soul. And also, please remember, no matter where you're at, today is a new day, and keep going, my friends. I know the holidays can be very tough for some of us, and so just if you need prayer, drop that prayer request down below. We have so many prayer warriors in this community, and I'm so proud of y'all. So thank you guys again for being here. Let's jump into this amazing, massive Christmas decorating marathon, and I'm going to share with you guys different ideas, tips, and tricks, so you guys are going to be so ready to decorate your home for Christmas, or just fluff up the space, or maybe you just want to be entertained and love watching crafting and decorating. But let's go ahead and plug in our glue guns, get our glitter, ribbon, paint, bows, everything to do with Christmas, and let's get to crafting and decorating. For this DIY, I have to share with you this awesome ornament hack that we're going to use to decorate my 8-foot pencil tree. So from Hobby Lobby, I grabbed 3 different size ornaments. This is a jumbo ornament. I'm adding 1 jumbo ornament to the end, and I'm using a piece of floral wire. And you just wrap that first piece of floral wire around the base of the jumbo ornament, and then you begin to layer the next size, which is the medium size. And I did about 5 or 6 of those, and then I'm going to use about 5 or 6 of the smaller size. And I'm going to do that. I got 2 packs of jumbo ornaments, and the Hobby Lobby jumbo ornaments, they come 3 to a pack. So I'm going to make 6 of these bundles to do this entire pencil tree. So I've always wanted to try a tree like this, and this is my first time, and I feel like it came out really good. But you want to leave about 2 to 3 inches of wire at the top of your ornament bundle so you can tie that into your tree. And I'm just kind of staggering it. I want the very bottom big ornament to touch the little top ornament. You want to get them as close together as possible, and like for this one, I had a little bit too much space, so I just created a small ornament bundle and then added that. And I'm just continuing to work my way up. Now midway through, I was like, there's something missing here. So I decided to add a cute little bow, and that's one of those bows I shared with you guys in another video that earlier. And then I'm just going to continue to layer my ornaments and go all the way to the top. So for this entire thing, I ended up using about 6 bundles. So that was about 3 boxes of Hobby Lobby ornaments. So the large ones, the medium, and then the little bitty small ones. And you guys can use whatever color you love. And I did wire 1 or 2 bundles to the very base to kind of give it almost like a dramatic train, if that makes sense. I thought that that would be so fun, and just give a lot of drama to this. And so once I had that done, I just went ahead and added in some of this beautiful David Christopher's. It's a holly garland, but it is so beautiful, you guys. It has velvet on the leaves. And if you guys want to go back and see all of the goodies that David Christopher sent me to use for my Christmas decorating, I did a whole video just dedicated to their beautiful Christmas tree decor, and I am giving away two $50 gift cards to David Christopher's, and that giveaway is going to be ending on November 28th, which is my daughter's birthday. So happy birthday to my daughter coming up, and fun giveaway for you guys coming up as well. So again, I'm just adding in some little picks now, and I actually, instead of doing a tree topper that was full at the top, I almost reversed it. So I did some beautiful kind of picks and berries at the bottom. I was really wanting to get that designer effect. So here is how it turned out. I am in love with this. I'm going to share with you guys in another DIY how I created little floral arrangements on either side. But I just think it came out so super pretty, and it looks different from my big living room Christmas tree. I didn't want it to match, but I wanted to color coordinate, if that makes sense. Is to fluff your tree. Touch every branch and really make sure it is fluffed out nicely. Now is my favorite part to start adding ornaments. I have this bright red from Hobby Lobby, as well as this little bit more burgundy or deeper red. I'm going to use both of these in the tree because my ribbon is going to have both colors as well. I also grabbed a large batch of these gold ornaments. I think they're really beautiful. The ribbon that I'm using also has gold. Okay, to create this beautiful designer tree, I'm going to be using 3 different ribbons. I'm using the larger one for my bow topper and also to kind of swag the tree, and then I'm overlaying the larger ribbon with this ribbon, and it's kind of a sparkly gold, and then I love this shiny gold. These are all from Hobby Lobby, and all of the ribbon at Hobby Lobby right now is 50% off, as well as all of the Christmas decor. So you guys go grab some and think about this. You don't have to use the colors that I'm using. Simply change the ribbon color and the ornament color to match your decor. To get started on creating my designer tree, I'm going to simply cut some really thin pliable floral wire in thirds and loop it through my ornament and then twist it around the top. Then I'm going to take it and twist it onto the branch. You guys could easily use ornament hooks. I just simply forgot to buy mine at the store. So the other tip I have for you all is to take and bury your ornament balls deep into the tree. Get them as far back nestled into your tree as possible. I'm working in thirds, so I'm going to start at the base of my tree, move up to the second tier, and then move up to the top. But I'm not going in a straight line. I'm kind of staggering them. I'm also staggering the color, so I'm going red, burgundy, red, burgundy, red, burgundy. So you guys can really have fun with this. There's no hot glue required, just some fun Christmas music, or I'm listening to what I call my Jesus music. I love listening to praise and worship music while I create or in the car or working out. It just makes my days so much better. Drop you guys' comments down below on who is your favorite praise and worship group. I love Pat Barrett right now, one of my very favorites, and oh my gosh, Hillsong United, so many different good ones. Capital City Music, just lots of amazing artists. So anyway, I'm continuing to layer again with the deeper reds, the lighter reds, and then I'm also layering the different textures. So Hobby Lobby has a packet of ornaments, and they have a matte texture, a shiny texture, and a sparkly texture. So I went ahead and just kind of layered in all the different textures as well. Now I'm going to go ahead and layer in the golden balls. These are going to go a little bit further out, but they're also going to be buried and nestled in deep again to the tree. Another tip is to try to look kind of for the holes in your tree. Now this tree is going to be a little bit more over the top, so any idea that I share with you all, you guys can take and scale it back by using your colors or the style and the amount of ornaments that you love. I'm going for kind of a full look here. You guys know me, I love big bows, and I cannot lie, and I love full Christmas trees. Now I'm jamming out to my praise and worship music, and you guys might be able to hear Benji Bear chair, barking in the background or making funny noises. He likes to get really active. It seems like every time it's time for me to do a voiceover and talk to you guys. So anyway, I'm continuing to add in the gold ornaments, and this is how it looks so far. Now bear with me, it's all going to come together once I add in the ribbon, which pulls in all of these colors together. It's so pretty, and it matches that wreath that we made in the last video. If you guys missed that one, definitely go check that out and check out the rest of my I Love Christmas series. We're having so much fun crafting and decorating. And just to let you guys know, I post 3 videos a week with tons of DIYs on YouTube, and then I post about 5 to 7 videos every day on Facebook, just keeping you guys inspired to craft and decorate. I post new and former content just to keep you guys going, because hey, sometimes we don't need to remake the wheel. So here is how it is looking. Again, wait for it. Now I'm going to take my easy bow maker and make a super easy bow. You guys grab one of these for your holiday decorating. They sell them on Amazon or your local craft store. I'm starting out and I'm making a 7-inch loop, and you guys could easily do this with your hands, but because this is a tree topper, I really want it to be specifically even. So 7-inch loop on either side, that's going to make it 14 inches. And if you guys don't have the bow maker, you just go 14 inches across, then 12 inches, then 10 inches, and that's going to get your bow. I'm going to make 2 of these bows. Here's how it looks with your easy bow maker. Also, if you guys have problems with your hands like I do with carpal tunnel, it's great for helping hold bows. Funny story is Saturday night I had a Christmas party all night. It was just me decorating for Christmas, and I created this tree to be able to share with you guys. So I've already made one of these trees. That way I knew how it would look and come out. So this is actually the second tree I made, and these trees come in a 2-pack at Walmart. So here's the first bow. Now I'm simply going to make the second bow. You can give it a little bit of a pre-fluff, but you're going to really fluff it once you get it to the top of your tree. Now I'm going to take it, and with the big zip tie, I'm going to zip tie it to the top of my tree.
There's joy in the air. Families near, we give thanks for this past year. Oh, nothing compares to the love that we
Once I have my tree topper bow on, I'm going to begin to fluff every loop out, and it's the same thing with fluffing your tree. You want to try to touch every branch, but you want to try to touch every loop and really fluffy it out. Now that my bow is set, I'm going to take the ribbon, and this is the same ribbon that we used to make the bow, and just a little bit of gold sparkle ribbon. I twisted it at the top with a piece of floral wire, and I'm simply just going to gently swag it around the front part of my tree. I found a branch about 1/3 of the way down and just twisted the branch around it, and then I did that the second time on a little bit of a lower limb, and then I'm just going to take and trim that off. I think this creates a really beautiful look, and it's now like we have almost like a Christmas present. So here is how these 2 trees came out. So beautiful. And again, you guys might hear Bitchy Bear in the background. He's been really active today. Here's the wreath that we made as well. And then I'm going to share with you guys how to create this beautiful package. Believe it or not, it's a trash to treasure project. It's just some Amazon boxes and some big boxes, but we're going to make them super fancy. And this is a great way to create decor on a budget. I know you guys see those really expensive packages at the store that you use to decorate with. You guys, I know you have boxes laying around, so grab your boxes and some pretty paper and some inexpensive ribbon, and we'll get to crafting and making them really nice. Let me share with you guys this awesome trash to treasure decor box. So I'm just using some Amazon boxes, and I always love to take a piece of duct tape and duct tape the Amazon box together. That way it's nice and square. The next thing I want to do is I grabbed this gold wrapping paper from Hobby Lobby. I believe it was $6 per roll. There was quite a bit on the roll. Dollar Tree might have it, but I couldn't find it at my store or at Walmart. I also like to go ahead and duct tape the first piece of wrapping paper on. That way, sometimes to a cardboard box, it doesn't want to stick very well. That way I know it sticks. Now I'm going to switch to just regular gift wrap tape. I taped the bottom of the box, and then if you guys are challenged on wrapping gifts, you simply make a triangle on the end. And sometimes I'm challenged on wrapping gifts. When I take my time, I can do a really good job. But I even remember my kiddos one year were like, boy, Santa sure was in a hurry. So, yep. Santa gets in a hurry. So anyway, we're going to triangle this other end and then just tape that together. You can see I'm kind of trying to manhandle the package. But listen, this is such a great way. And I used this hack when I actually decorated my home in 2018, I believe, for Vintage Holiday Magazine. And to create inexpensive decor to set around, to fill in underneath your Christmas tree, you just wrap fake presents. Sometimes my kids will be like, Mom, is that fake or not? I need to get on the hump actually for doing some of my Christmas shopping. So I accidentally bought some velvet ribbon at Hobby Lobby that wasn't wired. It's terrible for making bows, but I'm going to take it and I'm just going to use it for this present. So I duct taped the bottom of it. So this is all duct taping on the bottom. I'm duct taping the bow together, and that way it will stay. You could also hot glue it. Present wrapping package tape isn't going to hold on to this velvet ribbon very big. So I wrapped a couple of other boxes and I'm simply stacking them all together. Now, if you guys can tell, sorry, that's Binty Bear in the background. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and make a quick little loopy bow. I looped the bow over on itself 6 times to create 3 loops on either side. Then I'm going to find the center of this little loopy bow. This is my bow hack. You guys, if you're bow challenged, you can do this bow. And I'm going to zip tie this in the center. I'm going to trim off the zip tie and then fluff it out and pop it on to the top of this package. This is going to create a really jumbo piece of Christmas decor on a total budget. I know you guys have some type of boxes from Amazon laying around, or even my thrift store will have just like cardboard boxes, that they're getting rid of. Simply tape them together, grab some pretty paper. So it doesn't have to be this gold. It can be any paper that matches your decor. So when I was telling you guys I was decorating for that magazine, I was decorating in a pink and white style. So I went to Dollar Tree and grabbed pink wrapping paper just from the birthday section. So you guys can use any wrapping paper. This is totally budget friendly. Have fun, get creative, save a couple of boxes. Go ahead and wrap them now because these empty boxes have been driving me crazy. Fun and fabulous on a total budget. Let me know in this video, what is your favorite Christmas hack? I would love to hear what you guys love to do to create a little bit more cute ideas on a budget.
For my Christmas trees, I generally like to start with a tree topper, and I do a very full tree topper. I want it to extend almost to the ceiling, so I added some pampas grass and zip tied that to the top. I'm then adding these beautiful hydrangeas and some eucalyptus mixed in with that. And then to give it movement, I'm going to do these really pretty, just kind of soft dripping berries. I'm zip tying all of this to the top, so I kind of individually zip tying each grouping together. So I want to layer the colors in 3s. The next thing I want to do is add in some of these beautiful poinsettias, and everything that you see me using in this tree is from David Christopher's. I'm going to leave a link to their site down below. And they even have a special coupon code for me, and that's Olivia10, and that's going to get 10% off your entire order. Thank you so much, David Christopher's. So, all right, now I'm going to add in these beautiful poinsettias with the magnolia branch coming out. If you guys want to buy one thing, these are definitely a go-to for me. I think they're very versatile. And funny story here, I thought I was going to have like plenty of picks and goodies to use in my garland and maybe even a wreath. I used everything that they sent me on this tree. The next thing I'm doing is adding in this magnolia branch, which I was really surprised to receive in magnolia branches. I've never used anything like this in a Christmas tree before, but they had really thick stems, so I did go in and zip tie some of the stems that were towards the top to get them to hold. Now, as I worked towards the bottom, they were a little bit more sturdy and secure. But this is going to be just grouping and layering. Then I have these beautiful little fig branches, and I'm going to layer those in as well. So I'm really kind of starting with my greenery and laying that down as a base. So if you guys have picks and florals, I like to start with my greenery. I think that makes it really nice. Now I noticed that I didn't have any of the fig branches up towards the top, so I'm going to go ahead and add those. Then I'm coming in with more poinsettias, and I'm going to brighten up the tree now that I have the majority of my greenery laid in, and I'm just going to add in these beautiful poinsettias. So just continue to layer, and you can tell I'm kind of staggering them in threes as I go. Just kind of layering them and staggering them down the tree. I don't want it to look perfect, but I also don't want it to look too clumped together or too far apart with where I'm placing the red poinsettias. So this is going to be a very traditional tree, and for my theme this year I came up with Old World Romance. Now I do love these large ornaments. These are a mercury glass with a diamond gold pattern, and they are so beautiful, very heavy duty. I can tell that they are going to last me for years and years, and I absolutely love these larger mercury glass red ornaments. Oh, you guys, their decor is just so heavenly. David Christopher's definitely has the nicest Christmas decor I have ever seen in my life. In fact, when I opened the box up, I started to cry a little bit because I've never seen such beautiful items, and to be blessed with this opportunity to represent them and decorate my tree with these goodies, I'm just over the moon. So I'm adding in these larger ornaments. So there were a couple of large green ones and a couple of the large red, and now I'm going to go in with some of the smaller ornaments. They sent me some gold sparkle and some green and some red. And I have an exciting announcement. I am going to be hosting a giveaway. We're going to do two $50 David Christopher's gift cards for one of you guys. This giveaway is going to run until the end of November. So you guys just comment down below what your favorite Christmas flower is. Do you love poinsettias, or even maybe just favorite Christmas pick? How about that? So I'm also starting to add in some bows. I'll also leave the link to the giveaway in the description box below as well. So to create my bows for this tree topper, I did really large bows, so I went ahead and used my Easy Bow Maker, and I'm doing a 16-inch long bow, so it's 8 inches on either side. You guys can always use my technique too that I show you, just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself. But it's 16 inches on each side, or actually maybe even a little bit bigger now that I see. I think I went further, like 9 to 10. I want to do a really large, a couple of bows here. And this is going to be a 4-inch wide ribbon. So then I'm just going to do a little 2 inches, about 2 inches smaller on each loop, and I'm going to do 3 loops. And you can tell this is really high quality ribbon. It holds its shape. It's beautifully lined with gold on the back, and it almost pained me, to be honest with you, to even cut it. But that's why I made such big bows, because worst case scenario, which I have completely done, I can always take it and reuse it and just iron it out. So anyway, once I had my little bow done, I'm going to take it off of my Easy Bow Maker and just go ahead. I zip tied a little wooden dowel to it, and that will give me, that kind of makes it into a pick, and I can just simply pop it right into this beauty little tree. And boom, we have a nice pretty little bow here. And I wasn't for sure about the snowflake ribbon, but the textural element is so pretty. I only added a couple of really jumbo bows to my tree. You guys know I love big bows, and I cannot lie, and I always use tons of bows in my tree. So I thought this brought really just some texture and some movement to the tree. has little snowflakes on it, which was really cute. The next thing I'm going to do is add in this berry. I feel like it's like almost like a berry mistletoe pick, but it's so beautiful, you guys. It has velvet leaves and some little frosted berry ornaments, and I'm just going to gently kind of swag this around the tree. Usually I always swag ribbon, but because I had these larger kind of swag picks, I went ahead and just swagged the tree on two sides, just kind of layering it down because I do not like to see into my tree. This tree is a little, I wouldn't say it's sparse, but you can see into it and see the wire branches, and I don't want to see that. Just for me personally, I know everybody likes to do their trees differently, but I like mine to be really, really full and really, really, really fluffy and over the top. So this is how you get that look, is by adding in layers and layers of goodies. So ribbon is also a great one to use to add in these layers because it fills up the tree without using the more expensive picks. Okay, so you can tell that I'm kind of swagging this, and I'm just going to continue to add more picks and then add in some more pretty ornaments.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay. Merry Christmas, honey. Yeah. The snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody, to give him a smile that lasts another year. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby. Ooh, yeah. There's room at the table for big and for small. The fire is popping, the chestnuts are cracking, yeah. Merry Christmas, baby. Merry Christmas, baby. The snow is laying 2 feet deep. Now wish upon a falling star, so all your secret dreams can come true. There's something that happens when sleigh bells are ringing, when December ends, when the children are singing, yeah. It's Merry Christmas, baby.
Okay, so I realized I needed a little bit more red in my tree, so I just made some loopy bows. You simply take your ribbon, loop it over on itself, zip tie it, and then fluffy the bow out. And then I'm going to pop it into my Christmas tree in the spots where I feel like it needs a little bit more fullness or it needs more red color. Those red poinsettias were pretty bright, but I wanted to kind of balance them out. So I did a couple of these big loopy bows, and this is just a 2.5-inch ribbon, and it's really super pretty and sparkly. So again, it gave it more textural elements, and you just take that ribbon, loop it over on itself, and then pop it into the tree. I then added some of these really sweet little old world Santas. I love adding at least one type of character into my tree, and then just with these bows I zip tie them off. And I'm also adding in some of these pretty sparkly picks. I used different tones of reds, which is another thing. I also did that with my entryway tree, so it's just going to match in so perfectly. And then some of these pretty shiny ornaments, and then there were some glitter ornaments and mercury glass ornaments. I did have a couple of the smaller mercury glass ornaments left over from decorating this tree. I think that was pretty much the only thing that I had left over. And again, I just added in bows here and there where I needed to fill the tree out, or give it a little bit more oomph, I guess is what you would say. So I start with a really big tree topper, and then I begin to build up underneath that, and then I kind of build out towards the base. So I hope you all are inspired to create a really beautiful designer tree. And you all can always also go back and watch any of my videos in my I Love Christmas series. I do so many different Christmas videos, so many different styles. I have done farmhouse, glam, gingerbread, peppermint candy stripe. This is the first time I have ever done just a red and green traditional Christmas tree, and I am here for it. I'm absolutely loving it. It feels so cozy and happy. And I remember my son was like, "Mom, why won't you do a red and green tree?" So this year, Max, your dreams are coming true. And let me tell you, it looks really, really sweet at night. Now, for the tree skirt, I used a sequin curtain, and then I wrapped those Amazon boxes in gold paper. To be honest with you, I've done shopping for my daughter's birthday, but that's all the shopping I've done so far. The kids are so much older now, so it's harder to shop for them. You know, they're in their 20s, and it's just, I'm just telling you, it's a lot more difficult. So I keep telling everybody, hey, send me links for what you guys want. Otherwise, you're probably going to get some, weird mom gifts. Let me know if you guys find it a little bit challenging to shop for your older kiddos. But anyway, here is this year's Christmas tree for my living room. I still have a lot of decorating to do. I have another tree to do in my living room, that little smaller pencil tree, and then of course my mantle. And so I'm really going to have to strategize on how I want to do those trees, because I want this tree really to be the centerpiece focal, and it ended up being so huge in my living room. It really turned out massive, but I'm really, really pleased with it. And again, thank you so much to David Christophers for sending me and blessing me with these beautiful treasures. And I want to bless some of you guys with some gift cards. So remember to drop your favorite Christmas flower or pick down below, and let me know what you guys love to decorate your tree with. And how's everybody doing? I have had a lot of you all reach out to me and share some really, really heartfelt stories, and I just want to let you all know that I am saying a little prayer for you right now, no matter where you're at, what you've got going on. I'm just going to say a little prayer and just let you know that God hears your heart and knows what you have going on, and you're going to be okay, and everything is going to be okay. And every day that God has given us is a new day. And here I am just filming. I actually had an outfit change on this one, but back to our prayer. God hears you, He knows you, and He loves you. And so I just want to bless your heart with that. And I pray this in Jesus' name, amen. And I hope y'all are looking forward to the future with so much joy, because God can heal hearts, you guys. And I had one of you guys comment and just say you were struggling to decorate for Christmas because you'd lost a loved one. And I just want to encourage you right now, girl, you get out those Christmas ornaments, get them out, put up your tree, fluff it up, and get going on having a holiday, because every day is a new day of hope and joy and love and God's great mercy. So I hope that helped you guys. There is my little stinker bear, Benji Bear. He is so funny. Of course, he was the assistant today. He was totally telling me where to put everything.
My wreath base. This wreath base has been pre-fluffed just for time's sake, but try to touch every single branch and really move everything around. And a lot of this is going to be covered, but it's really going to help your wreath just look a little bit more fluffy and professionally done. Now I'm going to take some beautiful wired ribbon, and this ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. It has really kind of ornate patterning with a little bit of a gold kind of shimmer. I want to make a fairly large bow, so I'm going to take and I'm going to measure my ribbon from the top of my hand all the way to my elbow, and then go a little bit further than that. So that's going to be about 14 inches from my hand all the way up to my elbow. And you guys can always measure this with a measuring mat. And then I'm going to simply take it and just loop the ribbon over on itself 4 times. So I want to have 2 loops on each side. It's going to create a nice big beautiful bow, and I'm going to trim that off, and I'm going to take and just find the center of this, pinch it together, and using a zip tie, I'm going to tie that off. I now want to go ahead and place this at the top of my wreath with a zip tie. I'm using a lot of zip ties because I am going to be putting this outside and I'm going to be getting a lot of wind at my home, so I don't want it to fly off.
So I'm attaching the first part of this bow to the top of my wreath with a zip tie. That's going to keep my bow on really tight, and then I'm just going to floofy it out. And the first set of loops on this bow were about 14 inches, and now I'm going to do about a 12-inch set of loops, and this is going to be tartan plaid ribbon. And this is also from Hobby Lobby. Everything that I used in this wreath, except for this check ribbon, is from Hobby Lobby. The check ribbon is from Mackenzie Childs, and I got it a couple of years ago. In fact, I dug it out of storage and I had to iron it to get it to straighten out. The next thing I did was attach some tails to the center of my wreath, and I used a zip tie to do that, and then I'm going to simply just dovetail my ends. So I have 3 layers of ribbon, the ornate ribbon from Hobby Lobby with the gold and the different color reds, then the plaid ribbon, and then this beautiful Mackenzie Childs ribbon. What I'm doing now is dovetailing the ends of my ribbon to give them a nice finished look, and then I'm simply going to ruche my ribbon to each side and take the evergreen pieces and cross them over on themselves to hold the ribbon in. You guys can always hot glue this ribbon at this point, but I felt like the evergreen branches held it on nice and tight, and I ruched the 2 sets of ribbon with the ornate ribbon and then the plaid ribbon to each side, and you can tell this takes a bit of arranging and fluffing. And you guys, I don't know if you can tell, but I can't really see what I'm doing except for in the little viewfinder of my phone. So you can see me squinting at the camera. It's just because I need my glasses on, really. I only wear readers so far. Now I'm going to take some beautiful poinsettias from Hobby Lobby, and I hot glued a poinsettia to the center, and then some of these pretty little picks that are balls, and then I got some little gold they're kind of like little sparkly gold picks. I did use 5 poinsettias from Hobby Lobby, and they're the ones with the sparkly centers, but really you guys can grab any red poinsettias. And I really wanted to do a kind of a glamorous traditional wreath. I love getting inspiration from the beautiful videos on YouTube with the beautiful hotels in London and Paris. My sister actually lives right outside of London. I can't wait to go visit her when you're in Paris. And I'm going to take now my set of ribbons, so the 3 different ribbons, the plaid and the fancy ribbon, and then the Mackenzie Childs ribbon, and I'm just taking the evergreen branches and looping them over on themselves. So I've gathered the ribbon together, and I'm just looping it over on itself, and I'm going to just add just 1 layer of ribbon around the base of my wreath. That's all the Mackenzie Childs ribbon I was able to really find, so I need to go on their website and order some more. The ribbon is expensive, and it hurts my heart honestly almost to cut it. The next step is to add in some Christmas ornaments. So these are just red and gold ornaments that I found from Hobby Lobby. They're about a medium size, and I'm using shiny and sparkly and some sparkly gold. Now think about if you all want to change the color pattern in this, you're more than welcome to use the colors that you have on hand. You could do candy stripe, you could do gold, silver and gold, you could do blue and silver, you could do purples, whatever ornaments and poinsettias and ribbons you have on hand. I'm now adding in some pretty little oversized berries. These are also picks from Hobby Lobby, and some more ornaments. So from Hobby Lobby, I just grabbed a box of the shatterproof ornaments in the red, and they're the ones that are all kind of mixed together. So there's red matte, there's red shiny, and red sparkly. And I also grabbed a box of the gold shiny matte and sparkly, and I had ornaments from each box set left over that I'm hoping to make a garland and do some different little Christmas trees with. So comment and let me know what you think about these color combinations. Now these are the shiny gold that came in that box. I'm adding some in and around the sides and also to the top. And then I just have some little sprays that I'm going to add in that are kind of like a sparkly color. This step is extra just to add in some more berries and sprays. These are actually some of the leftover berries and sprays that we used in my live birthday bash wreath. that the guys made while I was doing my little kind of mini fashion show and spoiling you guys for my birthday. I did 6 or 7 different giveaways, so congratulations to all my giveaway winners, and I can't wait to do some more lives and giveaways for you guys in some upcoming videos. I hope you enjoyed it. We had fun. We did have a little bit of technical difficulties at the beginning, so apologies, but the live replay is posted on my Facebook page for you guys to go and enjoy, and I just did a fun little birthday bash. You know, the older we get, the more we need to have fun and dress up and put on some pretty lipstick. Now I'm just going to take this gold ribbon, also from Hobby Lobby, and I just tied a little shoelace bow. So to tie a shoelace bow, you just tie a bow like you would be tying, you know, in your shoelace. I did that twice and put that in the very center of my big bow. And then I did a little bit around the edges too, just to give that little hint and little peekaboo of gold. I used to do really big designer wreaths like this that I sold on Etsy before I started a YouTube channel, kind of sharing with you guys how to create different goodies. And so this kind of reminds me of when I did those wreaths. I did those wreaths though in more of a Victorian pink and white style for ladies who primarily decorated their houses in pink and white, and I love those ladies. It was such a fun time, and it was such a great way for me to be able to stay at home with my kids. And even YouTube has allowed me to be able to stay at home with my kids, and I'm so blessed and grateful for you guys for watching my videos and supporting my little channel. So thank you guys so much. I'm just a mama with a glue gun, and you're actually watching me. My studio is in my garage, so I painted my garage walls white, and then you know, had this little faux mantle built, and then I had just some little Christmas trees around it. You can still on the ceiling even see, you know, where the garage door opener is. So they just the guys built like a wall in between the actual garage part and where I'm at in my studio. So anyway, if you guys have a dream, you can do it. I always encourage you guys. I started out crafting on my dining room table, and boy, it got a lot of love, that's for sure. And so I was blessed enough to have a space. But I remember every time I would create a video for you guys, I would craft and I would destroy my kitchen and living room and dining room table and try to rush to get it all picked up before my kids came home and my husband came home, you know, before it was time for dinner. So if you guys remember those days, and if you've been with me for that long, you guys might remember me being in my home more. And now I kind of get to destroy my studio and then take it a little bit easy, getting it cleaned up and then recreating for you guys. So I'm thankful and blessed to be able to do what I love. And anyway, I added in a little bit more gold ribbon, and this is just kind of the little bit of detail work that you can kind of play around with. And here's what we have. We had this triple layered bow. We had some pretty berries that we popped in, and some beautiful Mackenzie Childs ribbon. I love their ribbon. And some gold and red ornaments, some beautiful red poinsettias. And so I hope you guys love it and you're inspired. And I am going to, in the comment section, drop a list of supplies for you guys. But remember, you guys can always take my ideas and run with it and make it your own. So the question for today's video is, how will you guys be decorating your Christmas this year? And of course, I am going to include a little clip of Benji Bear, but thank you guys for being here, and thank you for everybody that joined in my live birthday bash. And if you missed it, go to my Facebook page to see the live replay. I also post 7 videos a day for crafting on my Facebook page. So if you guys love to craft, I'd love to DIY and craft with you guys, as well as several a week on YouTube. And I love y'all so, so much, and I'm so blessed and honored to have you all watching. Thank you.
Create a beautiful Christmas garland on my front door. So I have this garland that I've had from Walmart for years. I simply hung a couple of nails on either side of my door and one in the center to secure it. I then added some lights that I found at Hobby Lobby. Now I'm using this deco mesh, and I am just taking it and zip tying it to my garland. So it's gonna look a little bit wonky until we get everything added, but you just want to create about 6 to 8 inch poofs. And I have had this mesh for years. It's actually left over from a Christmas tree I did several years ago. But if you guys are new here, welcome. I'm Olivia, Olivia's Romantic Home. I love Christmas, and I save so many things and repurpose them. But about every 8 to 10 inches. I'm just securing the poofs with some zip ties. The next thing I want to do is add jumbo ornaments. So again, these ornaments, I think I've grabbed them at a garage sale or maybe Michael's. I can't remember, but I'm going to add 3. So just find 3 jumbo ornaments in whatever colors you guys are using and zip tie them to your garland. Now I'm taking these peppermint candies. They're on a stick and I did get these from Michael's, and I'm trying to figure out where to put them. I don't want to cover up my Ring doorbell camera, so I decided to take these and put these more on the top of my garland, and I'm just zip tying the stick underneath. I don't want to take them off the stick. It was super windy, so you guys might see my camera is going to tilt around a little bit, and apologies, but I wanted to put one on either side, and again, I'm just zip tying them to the top of the garland. I also had some of these little green and red candies and some little kind of floofy ting things, and I'm just bundling them together. You can see I'm trying to figure out where to put them. It was getting a little bit heavy to put more of the heavier ornaments up here at the top. I thought it looked cute, but I realized it was just going to make my garland too heavy, and I don't want it to fall or sag down because of the amount of wind I get on my front porch. My garlands really have to be on here really secure. So I decided to zip tie it in underneath that larger jumbo ornament, and I did that to each side. And again, the garland is from Walmart. I just added deco mesh. I believe the candy stripe deco mesh is from Hobby Lobby, but you guys can also look at Michael's. And then I'm just taking some jumbo candy canes and I'm zip tying them to either side. So we have, now I'm just going to add in some lightweight ornaments to the top, again, zip tying them. And I found all of this pretty much at Michael's, and then some of them I've collected over the years from garage sales and just, you know, looking at thrift stores. So it's just really a combination of different candy cane ornaments. But I have noticed that Hobby Lobby has a lot of gingerbread and candy cane out, and Michael's does as well. So you guys can get creative and find some fun candy cane ornaments for your front door. Or if you don't want to do candy cane, that's great too. You guys can simply replicate this, just use different colors. So you could use reds and golds, you could use blacks and whites, you know, just so many different fun ideas. These are some pre-made bows that I made years ago. I just used my easy bow maker and some fun ribbon and created some big floofy bows. You guys can go back on my channel and just find so many different bow videos as well. And I searched high and low to try to find the video I did making these bows, but it just, I couldn't find it. But I do have other bow making videos, but you simply use your easy bow maker and just make some pretty little bows. So I'm attaching a bow on either side and then a larger bow kind of up in the center. So hopefully you guys can use this idea. And then I'm going to add in these pretty little packages. Now I'm going to share in a different video how I created this packages and this wreath. You guys can tell I'm a little bit dressed up now. I did a live Friendsgiving on my Facebook for you. I invited my sweet little daughter-in-love, future daughter-in-love, Skylar, to help me out with it. So you guys can go back and catch that as well. But I'm dressed up, getting ready for my Friendsgiving. Now for my little Hobby Lobby bench, I'm adding some cute pillows, a little Christmas tree that I found at Target. The gingerbread is from Hobby Lobby, and then a cute little candy cane ornament. And I did go back in and zip tie everything to my bench because I do not want things flying off. I can't tell you how many decor pieces I have lost due to the wind on my front porch. So, and you can even see how windy it is. And this is just a normal day with, you know, the ribbons blowing around and my little flag blowing around. And I have to share you guys something really funny. So my little puppy dog, Benji Bear, he was up in arms because he could see me through his window, which this is his living room window. He loves to look out, but you can see he's really upset that he can't be out here with mom. But I didn't want him to run away. We have a street very close to my home, and so I usually try to keep him on a leash because I don't want anything to happen to him. And I didn't want him to get hit by a car, so he has to stay inside. So here he is. I did give him a little bone and a little treat, and he still loves mom, but he was a little bit upset about not getting to help decorate with me. And then on my live, I introduced you guys to Skylar, Max's girlfriend. She's been in my videos before. But baby Theo and baby Arch are Max and Skylar's two little puppy dogs, and they recently had a birthday party for baby Theo and baby Arch. They're Australian.
Let's make a super adorable Candyland wreath. So from Walmart, I grabbed one of their inexpensive wreath forms, and from Hobby Lobby, I grabbed this cute little gingerbread nutcracker guy, and then I just attached him with some zip ties around his neck to where you can't see it. And then I'm using these little candy kind of ornament picks on a stick. I added one to the top and then one to the base. They were rather large and I didn't want to cut them apart, so I just zip tied them in the back. Next thing I'm doing is adding in some red sparkle picks. I added one up to the top and then one to the base. Now this wreath is going on my front door where I did a Candyland garland, so I'm really going to be diligent about using a lot of zip ties to secure everything in to make sure it doesn't fly off in the wind or the winter weather.
Carolers are singing outside our door, lovely songs we all heard before.
The next thing I'm doing is just clipping off some of this red sparkle pick. So this was one pick, it was a large pick, but I'm clipping off the little branches and I'm adding them all the way around the wreath. And this is just a little tip that I'm going to give you guys. This is going to give your wreath some movement by clipping these picks apart and then hot gluing them into your wreath. And I like to do this first before I put the bow on, that way I can fill out around it. And I also like to save a couple of picks at the end, that way if something gets off balance or I need to fill in, I have those extra picks to fill in. And all of these supplies basically came from Hobby Lobby. I have collected the Candyland theme though over the last couple of years because I did do several years of having a massive Candyland Christmas tree. So when I would be out of the thrift store, I would look for candy cane, ornaments. And so some of it is just kind of from collecting and thrifting, but like these polka dot ornaments came from Michael's, and I do like to use the shatterproof ornaments as much as possible. I'm adding in 2 polka dot ones to either side, and then I'm going to start working on the bow. So if you guys know me, you know I like to use the rest of whatever Christmas supplies that I have left over as the decorating season winds down. So I'm using the rest of this value ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and it's in a plaid color and it's a little bit thin, but I did save a bunch of my Candyland ribbon, the striped ribbon, and it's pretty shabby, so I'm really hoping it's gonna make a bow. But I thought I would use this fresher ribbon in front of the Candyland ribbon because I know that Candyland ribbon is just a little bit funky. But I did want to just go ahead and save it and reuse it because it's going to be outside, and my bows outside, they really take a beating. But I'm using my Easy Bow Maker to try to really move it and give it some shape. And if you have an Easy Bow Maker, I'm using the 8-inch on either side. So that's going to be a 16-inch bow, but you guys can always use my bow hack where you just take the ribbon and loop it over on itself and go back and forth. But I wanted to try to give as much shape as possible. Plus my fingers are killing me lately with all the decorating and editing. So just bear with me. Anyway. So once I have my little bow made, I'm just going to tie it off in the center with a zip tie, and I'm zip tying everything, you guys, again, because I get a ton of wind on my hill. And then I'm just going to take this bow and I'm going to push it down kind of and bury it inside the wreath, and then zip tie it off to the side. And then there we have that, you guys. I'm so excited to share this wreath with you. I was originally just going to do that traditional Christmas wreath on the front, and then one of you guys commented and said that I needed to do a Candyland wreath, so here we go. I made another bow almost exactly like the first one. So I put one kind of off to the left at the top and then one down at the bottom. And when I used to design wreaths for my Etsy shop, I did this a lot. It really fills your wreath out, and it just kind of makes it just extra special. You guys know I love big bows and I cannot lie. So now I'm going to take some of these big Candyland ornaments, and a lot of these ornaments I'm using, the tops have broken off, so using them in this wreath is perfect. These little Candyland picks came from Hobby Lobby. They have a bunch of Candyland goodies, you guys, this year, so definitely go check them out. And if you love pink Christmas, you're in luck. So many stores are finally carrying pink Christmas. I remember years ago when I did pink Christmas and I had to paint everything. Nobody had any pink. But those of you ladies and gents that love pink, wow, you're in luck now. And now I'm just using some more little cute ornaments from Hobby Lobby, and then I'm taking some of my extra ribbon, I'm looping it over on itself, and I kind of pop it off to the side. So there's the big bow off to the left and then the other big bow down on the right, but I do want to weave some ribbon in and around some of these empty spaces. So I'm just trimming that off. And so now that I have most of it set, I realized I kind of want to add some tails in underneath that big Candyland ornament. So I just cut some of the last bit of that Candyland ribbon, and then I'm taking and I'm making a smaller ribbon with some of these Dollar Tree ribbons. I just tied them like I would be tying a shoelace bow, and then I'm going to zip tie that in underneath all of that. And then I'm going to start adding some more pretty ornaments in and around the rest of the wreath, just to fill it out where I think it needs fit. So here is the final product. I hope you guys love it. I think it looks perfect with this garland, and I know a lot of you guys are going to ask me about this garland. I've posted the tutorial on how to create this garland on my last YouTube video and also on Facebook. So I hope you all are having a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed Thanksgiving coming up this week and are excited for Christmas decorating. And let me know, what is your favorite Christmas sweet treat? I love hearing about Christmas sweet treats. I think it is the most wonderful time of the year, and thank you, Jesus, for blessing us and giving us grace and mercy and joy, and that is the true reason for the season. But I love y'all, and I'm thankful to be able to share this beautiful tutorial with you. Since I consider all of you my friends here, I want to share this recipe for friendship. It's a generous cup of blessings, a tablespoon of reflection, a handful of memories together, a good helping of hugs and laughter, a pint of time with friends and family, mixed with love and forgiveness. I love y'all. Let's create a super simple, easy, gorgeous Christmas swag. So I love grabbing a really pretty garland. Hobby Lobby has all their garlands 50% off. And then I just take, and with my wire cutters, I trim off a section of the garland. And with this garland, I can probably get about 4 swags out of it. And I just make beautiful swags to go over whatever mirrors or to decorate pictures, or just any little small space that needs that little extra pop of Christmas. Now I have this ribbon left over from some of my Hobby Lobby Christmas entryway trees, and so this ribbon is from Hobby Lobby. I like that it's kind of Victorian and fancy, and I'm just going to take my easy bow maker and make a super simple bow. This is going to be a 16-inch bow, so it's going to be 8 inches on either side. The ribbon is wired, and it's even cut into sections, so I'm repurposing and reusing it from last year. So that was kind of the first section, but I wouldn't have normally had just that one piece. So I'm just going to take now the ribbon and continue to go back and forth, and I make each loop on either side a little bit smaller. So if I'm starting out with 16, I'm going to go down to 14 and then 12. And but really I just want to create a nice pretty fluffy bow. So for my little easy swags, I usually just use one ribbon, make it super simple, create a big fluffy bow, and plop that right into kind of the top part, but more towards the center of the swag. And you guys can really put your bow anywhere. But as you can kind of see, there's a little bit like of a dead space on the swag where there's not a lot of greenery. So that's really where I want that bow to kind of fill things out. And again, I call this just, hey, we're going to Christmas this mirror. We're going to Christmas this picture. We're going to Christmas this corner. Anywhere that you feel like needs a little bit of extra zhuzh in your home, you can add this kind of little mini swag with bows. And what I'm doing now is I'm not buying any more Christmas decor. I'm simply using everything that I already have on hand. So this was a pick that I had left over from decorating my main living room Christmas tree. So if you use some of the little goodies that you have left over, that's going to tie in with whatever Christmas decorating that you're doing. But you guys can always go to Hobby Lobby, hey, and buy some beautiful ribbon and some fun new picks, really just whatever suits your fancy. These beautiful little romantic roses are actually foam. My sweet friend saw these and was like, oh my gosh, those look real. So anyway, I'm going to take it. I'm just going to kind of gather them together, and I'm going to tuck them into the swag where I added that berry pick. And I use that berry pick to kind of give an extension to kind of make my swag look a little bit larger, to kind of trick the eye. And then this little sprig of berries is actually left over from a spring wreath that I tore apart to use in my Christmas decorating. So you guys can really get creative. I kind of love the end of my Christmas, decorating totes, where I just have to really force myself to kind of get creative and use the things that I already have on hand. I kind of like that challenge. It's fun to go buy new stuff, and trust me, I was blessed by David Christopher's this year, who sent me the most amazing, beautiful decor for my main living room Christmas tree. And so many of you all have given me so many compliments on that tree. I've had friends and family now buy from David Christopher's, and their items are really collectible, so it's worth the investment. They're so high quality and beautiful. Oh my goodness. So anyway, thank you to David Christopher's for blessing me. But right now I'm just taking and using some of the rest of whatever's in my craft stash. So I added the berries and roses to the base, and now I want to kind of do the same towards the top, but I don't want to overload it. I want it to be kind of simple and elegant, so I'm going to add a couple more of those foam roses, which I'm going to tell you, I really do love using these foam roses, especially in this little type of swag, because it doesn't add any more weight. And when you're swagging, a picture or a mirror, if you guys are like me, you want it to kind of swag around the corner of it, but you don't want a lot of weight to pull that picture or mirror down. So anyway, it's great to have these foam roses, and I just bought these off of Amazon, so you can get them in a massive bundle. They're like $20 for 40 pieces. I don't know, it's ridiculous, but it's a great deal, and they go such a long way, and they come in all different colors. So whatever color you're decorating with, you're going to be able to find these foam roses. So here is the finished product. I think it looks fabulous and gorgeous. I'm going to share with you guys how I used it in my bedroom.
You know I'm trying to tell you, my friend, I found the Christmas spirit again.
So here is where I put this swag. I kind of put it next to my TV in my bedroom. I just have this tiny little corner. My bedroom is really small, but I put it kind of in between the wall, the closet door, and the TV. It just needed it to be Christmas. So also I put one above either side of my mirror. I got these mirrors from my sweet friend Donna, and then I created this canopy just using curtains that I found at the thrift store. And I have this beautiful royal Christmas bedding again, and I found it sealed in the package at a resale shop. Just such a huge blessing. So anyway, hope you guys are loving it. And here's my little assistant, Benji Bear. He has been working so hard today. I came in to check on him, and here's what he's doing. He's completely laid up on the back of the couch on his snuggle blanket, and he is just chilling out like puppy dogs do. We had something really, really funny happen today, though. So we have a bunch of deer that like graze across the street from the house, and look at him giving me his little paw. He's so cute. Well, I heard Benji Bear freaking out, just barking and barking and barking. Look at him. He is losing his absolute mind. And look at the beautiful deer across the street. They're so pretty. I know it's kind of hard to see. I apologize. But yeah, so there's one over here and then one off to the left. You guys are going to see. But Benji Bear was so funny. He just like could not take it. But they were so sweet, and I felt bad because it was rainy and cold, but I guess they're equipped to deal with that. They don't need a snuggly blanket like we do. Anyway, I thought you guys would get a kick out of it. Now let's create a super adorable, super easy lantern topper. We're going to take one of these little lanterns. I think I got this at Hobby Lobby or maybe Michael's on clearance last year. And I'm going to take this evergreen branch off of one of my garlands. The garland also is from Hobby Lobby. And then I'm going to take this Dollar Tree ribbon, just loop it over on itself. You can tell that's the end of this roll. It was from making that wreath that I did earlier. And I'm just going to loop it over on itself, and then using a small little zip tie, I'm simply going to zip tie that and then zip tie that to the top part of the greenery. I always encourage you guys to hang on to your scraps because you can always use them in lanterns. There's so many different ideas, and don't neglect your lanterns. I think they look really cute jazzed up. Again, I'm going to give this to my son and his girlfriend for their house so they can have something pretty by their front door. And then I'm just going to zip tie this off. My son's girlfriend, Skylar, is actually going to be joining me next week on a live we're going to be doing. I'm so excited. We're going to do kind of a little Friendsgiving, so join me on Facebook for that. It's going to be November 17th at 6 p.m. and I will create an event tomorrow. So here is how this is looking. I'm then going to also use this tartan plaid ribbon, loop it over on itself 4 times, pinch it off in the center, and then add that in. I felt like because we had some greenery going, we should add in some more pretty color. So I think the Dollar Tree ribbon is 3 inches, and I believe that the tartan plaid ribbon is more like 2 inches, give or take half an inch. So then I'm just going to simply fluffy duffy out that bow. Remember, I always tell you guys to fluff out your ribbon, make it a pretty little bow, and then take and tie that into the center of that big red bow. And bam, you guys have a super adorable, pretty little, I mean, this looks like something that you would find at a little floral shop. Maybe not that great, but I still think it looks really cute. And we just basically use some little scraps of ribbon and some little ornaments and some of this frosted garland. I love this frosted garland. I think it's so pretty. It almost pained me to take it apart to use it for this project, but I just thought it would be so perfect. Plus, I'm running low on greenery because I've already put up all the garlands in my home. I just need to start to decorate them. I hope to get some footage of me doing that this weekend. I'm simply, with this second little lantern, I'm doing the same thing. I just created a loopy bow by looping the ribbon over on itself, tying it off at the center with a little zip tie, and then zip tying it to the top where I zip tied the little garland greenery. I want to make them matching, but not too matchy. And to be honest with you, I ran out of red ribbon, and I also couldn't find any more of the little gold ornaments, although I know I probably have some floating around in my craft stash somewhere. Now, don't forget to dovetail your ends, and by dovetailing your ends, you're just going to simply cut a little triangle in an upwards direction. And here is how these super adorable little lanterns turned out. I think they're absolutely gorgeous. I popped some candles into them. I think I got the candles off of Amazon, and I will link them in my Amazon store. To find my Amazon store, check the description box of this video. So, fun and fabulous on a budget, and I can't wait for them to go to their new home. For this DIY, let me share with you guys how to make a super easy little mailbox swag. Okay, so from Hobby Lobby, I grabbed this mailbox topper. It's greenery. I think it is supposed to go on top of your mailbox, but we get so much wind on the top of my hill. I'm thinking for Christmas, I want to do a swag that comes down underneath my mailbox in front of the actual post. So what I want to do is take these zip ties and some of this deco mesh. This is just some candy stripe deco mesh. I think they have this at Hobby Lobby. I had it saved from a couple years ago, so it needs a little bit of fluffing, but it's going to be outside, so I'm not going to stress out about it. Hey, listen, this is just outdoor Christmas decor, you guys. Don't stress out about your Christmas decorations. I'm going to make 8 to 10 inch poofs and then zip tie it really good where those little poofs are. I made a quick little loopy bow with my deco mesh, and then I'm going to zip tie that on. I had more deco mesh, so I'm like, hey, let's just add some more. So I'm going to take and wind it down the front part of my little mailbox greenery garland. If you guys don't have these little mailbox swags, you guys can always just use a piece of garland and zip tie maybe even 2 pieces together to make it a little bit more full and call it good. And then again, I'm just zip tying another set of loops down the front of it It is definitely not perfect. We're going to keep rolling with it. And I'm using zip ties. You could use floral wire, pipe cleaners, whatever you have on hand. Again, I get a ton of wind on top of my hill. In fact, my little mailbox has actually blown away before. It's actually blown away twice. The second time it happened, I could never find it. So I had to put a new one on. So I'm thinking I might give my mailbox a break and just do this on the post. I know the post is super sturdy, and also hopefully my mail lady will be able to see my mailbox a little bit easier. But anyway, I'm going to add a cute little candy cane to the front of this. This is just a giant candy cane piece that I had picked up at a garage sale years ago. And then I have some random red ornaments. I'm just going to zip tie again into the little swag. Now remember, with any of my ideas, you guys change up the ribbon and the mesh color to match your decorations. Mine is candy stripe outside, so we're going to roll with that. I had this candy stripe ribbon left over. I know this is from Hobby Lobby. It's pretty much some cheapo ribbon, so I'm just hoping for the best. I really just want to pop it into the places where the deco mesh has the zip ties, and I'm just hot gluing it, and I'm even tying it in on the base here to really make sure that mesh stays on. And then I'm just adding in some cute little candy cane ornaments, and bam, here is how it turned out. I added a Dollar Tree bow to the bottom, and you guys can see already that the wind is just gently starting to blow. But when a storm comes through, and we'll have some storms for winter, it's going to take a beating. So I also used some cedar branches that I cut off of a cedar tree to add to the back of the mailbox to kind of fill it out. I'm not sure how great of an idea that is going to be, because those cedar branches may turn brown, hopefully not by the end of winter, but as long as it can make it through the next couple of weeks, I think we'll be good to go. So fun and for this DIY, I want to show you guys how I'm going to make a beautiful Christmas floral arrangement using all supplies from David Christopher's. So they sent me these two absolutely stunning, gorgeous mercury glass vases, and I love the basket weave around the base. So beautiful. I'll leave a link in the description box to their website. You guys have to check out their beautiful Christmas treasures. So I added foam in to the base, and I was worried. I was like, oh, I hope I don't mess it up by adding this foam, but I really wanted to create a Christmas floral. And then they sent me these beautiful gold picks and this greenery pick. So I'm just going to kind of add them in, and I probably should cut them down to size, but I could not bring myself to cut the stems yet on these. It's just kind of like cutting ribbon for me. And look at this beautiful poinsettia, and I don't know if you guys can see, but it has like this sequins on the edges of the leaves. It is so beautiful. If you guys get anything from David Christopher's, their poinsettias are absolutely phenomenal to die for, and their Christmas decor is like an investment to me, and it's not super expensive, and you guys can always use my code Olivia10 to get 10% off. But I wanted to add that poinsettia to the front as the big showstopper showpiece, and then the beautiful picks in the back with the sparkle. And so I added the green sparkle, the gold sparkle, and then some red berries. Now, I did sneak in a little bit of garland from Hobby Lobby because I needed to fill in the base. So apologies, but that is the one thing that is not from their site. But this beautiful velvet holly garland is, and I'm going to go ahead and add that in to this floral to just give it that greenery and that wow factor. And I'm running low on the supplies that they sent me. I actually had to pull a couple of things off of my Christmas tree, but my Christmas tree was really almost overloaded, you guys, to be honest. I had to thin it down just a little bit because I needed some more supplies to be able to decorate the rest of the room. And their stuff is just so beautiful. I really wanted to all coordinate. So you can see I added in those beautiful velvet greenery picks, and this actually came off of a garland, but they also made these in a larger size. So I'm looking at it, I'm noticing it's a little bit sparse off to the side. So I did just take and make a quick little loopy bow with some of their sparkle ribbon, and then I'm just popping that off to the side. And I'm going to tell you, they have the most high quality picks and ribbon. I know my friend Ramon at home, he said once you go with David Christopher's, you can't go back, and he's really right. It's just absolutely gorgeous stuff. Okay, so I'm going to make a similar one with my other larger glass vase, and I'm going to put one on either side of my pencil Christmas tree that I'm doing in the living room. So I'm taking this gold pick in the center and then just some little greenery sprays along the side. Luckily, I had one more of these red poinsettia picks left to play with, and so I'm just popping these all in. Now these picks were a little bit heavy, and I did take a zip tie just gently around the base of them and kind of pull them together because I didn't have a lot of greenery to use, and I wanted to try to stick to all David Christopher's supplies in showing this tutorial. And so everything in this arrangement is from David Christopher's, minus a tiny bit of little garland I had to use at the bottom. Okay, so here are some beautiful red berries that they sent me, and their berries are so nice. They don't flake, they don't fall off. Oh my goodness, you guys, such nice treasures. And this garland does match in with my mantle garland, so I did cheat with a little bit of greenery here, but I'm adding in some of these beautiful velvet greenery picks. Oh, it just came out so beautiful, and I wasn't for sure. These mercury glass vases were just so beautiful. I thought, gosh, they're almost a decor piece on their own. But you guys know me, I love making floral arrangements, and so here is the finished look. I hope you guys are loving it. I had so much fun decorating today. I was literally dancing around in my little skirt that Cup she sent me, and my daughter came home and she was like, Mom, you're in such a good mood. And I was like, I know, I'm just so happy, and I've been able to play with all my Christmas decorating today, and I'm so thankful and blessed to share my love of crafting and decorating with you guys. And a lot of you all have asked about my beautiful nativity set.
Let's create a gorgeous, elegant Christmas swag. So from Hobby Lobby, I grabbed this evergreen swag base and then these beautiful berries. I zip tied the berries to the base to make it look a little bit extra long and give it some flavor with color. The next thing I want to do is share with you guys this awesome ribbon hack. You can take your wired ribbon, measure it about the size of your swag, and simply trim it off. And then you want to take some hot glue and just hot glue your ribbon end to end. This is a great little bow hack. Anybody can make this kind of bow. So hot glue it end to end, pinch it in the center, and then zip tie it to the top for your bow. I added in some Walmart Christmas bells, and then I'm going to take some smaller ribbon. This is value ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and this is my other little bow hack. I'm simply going to take the ribbon and loop it over on itself 6 times. Now this ribbon is a little bit smaller than my first ribbon, that way you can see it, and it does have this beautiful plaid. I thought it would be so pretty as more of a traditional elegant flare. I'm going to take a zip tie into the center of my bow, zip tie it together, and then simply fluffy duffy out those loops. I'm listening to some praise and worship music. I have just been really jamming out recently. I love so many different artists: Brandon Lake, Lauren Daigle, Tasha Cobbs. You guys drop your favorite praise and worship music down below. The next thing I'm going to do is trim off some tails. So I did add in some gold also to these ribbons, and I just cut 3 sets of tails, so red, plaid, and gold, and I'm going to simply zip tie those into the center of my beautiful little ribbon wreath. Now I'm going to take the 2 ribbons and kind of swag them to the side for now. The next thing I'm going to do is add in some beautiful red traditional ornaments, super easy, and some pretty little gold ornaments. The ornaments I found at Hobby Lobby in a giant bucket and super inexpensive. The next thing I'm going to do is take and just hot glue my tails off to the side. That way you can see the pretty ornaments, the greenery, and also if I put this outside, they're not going to be flying around in the wind. I wanted to add some ribbon to the base of my beautiful swag to extend it out a little bit further, so I made a quick little loop of a bow, and then I'm trimming off my sweet little tail here. I'm going to take and make one more set of ribbon loops. So you take your ribbon, loop it over on itself 6 times, and again, this is that value ribbon from Hobby Lobby, and all of Hobby Lobby's Christmas decor is 50% off now, so you guys run, don't walk, and grab your favorites. Again, I'm using traditional colors, reds, golds, and plaids in this beautiful swag. Also, if you want to go back on my other videos, I shared with you guys how to create these little Christmas trees and the wreath. Here is the finished project. I think it turned out gorgeous, super budget friendly, and very user friendly. You guys can totally do this. Just grab some ribbons, some ornaments, and these beautiful bells are from Walmart. They're a beautiful Pottery Barn dupe. In fact, the original
traditional bells on Pottery Barn were like $69, and I think my Walmart had these for $11.98. I've seen some of them out there for $9. So anyway, Dollar Tree also carries bells as well, so you guys go grab your Christmas goodies and get to crafting. I am so excited for Christmas coming up. Yes, I know it's not Halloween, but I'm not a big Halloween gal, so I just went ahead and started Christmas crafting in my Christmas studio, which is aka my garage. So I hope you guys are loving it and are totally inspired. The next project we're going to make is a beautiful Christmas floral. Stay tuned.
A gorgeous, easy, budget-friendly designer floral for your holiday decorating. You're simply going to grab a 12-inch pedestal vase from Hobby Lobby, paint it gold. I love the Rust-Oleum 2X Gold spray paint from Walmart, and then simply flip it upside down, and that is going to create an instant vase. Let me share with you guys the next step on how we're going to design this. The first thing I want to do is add in a bunch of hot glue to the bottom of my vase. The second step is to add in some floral foam. I'm using a longer piece, that way my flowers will stick in there nicely. Now let's make this quick and easy. I'm taking 2 bundles of poinsettia bushes from Hobby Lobby. I just want to simply trim them off by their stems with my wire cutters. Now, as I'm clipping my poinsettias, I want to go ahead and zhuzh them out just a bit. They come stuffed in a box, I believe, and they just need a little bit of help. So let's go ahead and add one to our arrangement and see how we feel about it.
For this beautiful Christmas floral arrangement, I wanted it to look nice and full, so I chose 2 bundles of Christmas poinsettias at Hobby Lobby. They have them in the big, just center parts in my Hobby Lobby. You guys can also get these at Walmart, and Dollar Tree also carries Christmas poinsettias. I do like these little bit fuller ones. I'm hoping that these will last season to season. And also remember that you all can change your poinsettia color to match your decor, so they have white and pink and gold and all different colors. The next thing I want to do is create a gorgeous bow. Grab some wired ribbon, measure it from your hand to your elbow. That's going to be 12 inches, and simply loop it over on itself. This is the easiest bow hack you will ever do, and you're going to make a beautiful bow. You want to loop it over on itself 4 times. Find the center as I'm doing, cut off that tail, take a little zip tie and zip tie it into the center. I'm adding a little wooden rod dowel. I grabbed these at Dollar Tree, and I'm just simply zip tying my bow onto the dowel, and then I'm going to fluffy duffy out that bow. Now, if you guys have a shish kebab stick, that will work too. You're simply going to pop it in to your floral arrangement base, and of course the bow is extra. You guys totally don't have to do the bow, but I think it looks super gorgeous. Now I'm going to take and make some tails. So I'm taking again my little red velvet ribbon, and I added the gold ribbon on top. I'm going to twist that tail, twisty twisty baby, and then I'm just going to zip tie that in to the center part of my little bow. I'm going to give it a little twirl, just like you would do if you were curling your hair. Twirl one side, twirl the next, and boom, you have a gorgeous floral on a total budget. Also, I want to let you know that I picked up these little pedestal bases at my Hobby Lobby for $1 because they had chips on them. So keep an eye out. They're sold out now. To get started, I want to fluff my Christmas tree and add some lights. This tree is from Hobby Lobby. It's frosted. It's beautiful. The next thing I want to do is take some of this ribbon. This is also from Hobby Lobby, and it's kind of like a sheer fluffy ribbon. So I'm just taking and looping it over on itself and pinching it. And then I ended up kind of using some zip ties to zip tie it into the branches. I'm almost thinking that my trees that I create this year, I'm going to be able to just kind of pop into a storage closet, some of them, cover them, and then bring them out next year. Wouldn't that be nice? I'm not sure if it's going to work out that way, but hey, one can hope. Okay, so again, I'm just taking some more of this is just ruffled ribbon, and I apologize, there was something kind of crazy going on with the back of my hair. Anyway, I need my stylist, aka Benji Bear, to help me out with some things here. The next thing I want to do is take some jumbo ornaments. So last year I did a glam Christmas tree, so I have quite a bit of white and gold ornaments left over. So I think I'm going to do my mini Christmas trees in white and gold. I'm just taking the larger ornament balls and putting them at the base, and I'm stuffing them back into the tree. And again, I'm zip tying them in or wiring them. That way they really get kind of down deep into the tree. And that's a little hack that I've just heard from designers, is to take your Christmas ornaments and kind of bury them down deep into the tree. And then supposedly you're supposed to go about a foot per ornament, but I kind of like to stuff mine a little bit fuller. So to each his own. And trust the process. Here it's gonna look a little crazy until I get more stuff on. So I'm just using, these are, some of them were from Dollar Tree and some of them were from Walmart. Now I'm gonna take just this little snowy ribbon, and at Hobby Lobby I think it was $7, and everything at Hobby Lobby right now is half off. So I just cut a couple strips and I'm tucking it in to my tree. To kind of give it a little bit of a snowy effect. I also, last year for my big tree, I used the little mop dusters from Dollar Tree. They're really pretty and furry, and I had those all over my tree, but since then I've used them in other projects, so I ran out of them, so I just grabbed this ribbon. So again, I'm just tucking my pretty little pieces of ribbon, and this is wired kind of snowy ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I also have these pretty picks left over from a couple years back, and they're also from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just going to kind of pick them into the tree. This was originally a garland that I cut apart and used. I can't even remember how I used it last year. The next thing I want to do is add some pretty Dollar Tree snowy owls to my tree. Dollar Tree also has these beautiful pearl ornaments. So I'm using Dollar Tree ornaments now, the snowy owls, the pearl ornaments, and then I also have some of these little star kind of snowflakes from Dollar Tree. So all the pretty decorative ornaments actually from Dollar Tree. I think they have some really pretty glamorous ornaments that they have in the whites and the pearls, which are a pretty good deal because some of those ornaments can be really expensive. So I just kind of staggered everything in threes. I did 3 owls, and I did 3 of the pearl ornaments, and then 3 of the starry ornaments. Now I'm going to take some satin ribbon and I'm just going to tie it in a bow. And this ribbon is from the My Texas Home Walmart collection. I picked it up to try some of it out. It is wired, which is good for Christmas ribbon, and usually satin ribbon you can't find wired. So here's how everything is looking so far. I think it's really pretty and romantic, but just wait for it because I'm going to add in some more touches of a romance. I love romance around the holidays. It's just such a fun time. So I'm going to go ahead and tuck in another little satin bow, and to make these satin bows, I'm just tying them like I would tie my shoelaces. The next thing I'm going to do is take these roses, and these are left over from my friend's wedding. I've reused them so many times in so many DIYs. I'm finally cutting them apart, and I'm just going to individually pop them into the tree, and that's going to give it just kind of a romantic blooming effect. And I'm going to continue on this whole process throughout the tree. And to build this tree, it took me about 2 hours, you guys. So it does look kind of quick, you know, due to the editing, but and also I've never built a tree quite like this. So Dollar Tree also has these pretty little golden ornaments. I added some of those in, and previously last year I'd added a rose to it, so I'll try to tuck that DIY into this video once we get done building the tree. Dollar Tree also has these pretty, they're kind of like little gold, they're almost a little bit rustic looking ornaments. I just took the red part off and added in those into the tree. Now I'm going to take and make a giant bow. So I'm going to take this gold value ribbon from Hobby Lobby. I'm just going to loop it over on itself 6 times. You can see I was counting my loops, and then I'm going to tuck it together and just zip tie it together and add it to the top of this tree. And I'm actually going to make 2 of these bows, and that's going to give me a really big, beautiful bowy tree topper. You guys know I love big bows, and I cannot lie. So now that I have this, I'm going to fluff it out. Another secret to my bows, I pre-fluff it, then I add it to whatever I'm making, and then I fluff it again. So and I'm just going to zip tie that to the top, that way it doesn't go flying away. So again, I'm just going to take my ribbon. This is wired valued ribbon from Hobby Lobby. It's the kind of this shimmery gold. I think it's really pretty, and it's kind of light and airy. It's not the best quality ribbon though, I will tell you. Okay, so once I've looped it over on itself about 6 times, then I'm going to take and cut that off, and then tie that off in the center again with a zip tie, and just really fluffy that out. So I'm going to take the first ribbon that I made and the second ribbon, and I'm going to just nestle them together and then zip tie that to the entire top of the tree. And that's how I do my big tree topper bows. I've always done bows for tree toppers. And sometimes I'll even do like floral plumes coming out the top. So here we go. We're going to take those 2 bows and just pop that onto the top of the tree, and bam, we have a gorgeous little fa la la bow. And that is just going to be, and then you'll probably want to really fluffy duffy it up now. Just really go to town, giving it a good big old fluff. And then now you guys have that. I decided to go ahead and add in a satin bow to the front of that, and then a pretty little hydrangea. And then I'm going to take this gold ribbon. I've had this for years. I love to repurpose and reuse my ribbon. I always save it in little bags, and then I just loop the ribbon over on itself. I'm going to tuck it into the tree to give it some movement and some goodness. So this, I don't know, I think you guys should help me name this tree. I feel like it's a romantic but glam tree. So what should we call this tree? You guys drop a comment down below and let me know. I'm also going to be hosting a new giveaway coming up this week. And tonight I'm working on getting my house set for Christmas. I'm going to be bringing my big tree in. And the funny thing is, I think it's Halloween tomorrow. Yep, it's October 30th. So tomorrow's Halloween, and I'm going to be setting up Christmas. I'm just not a big Halloween decoration girl, which, hey, no problem if you are, but it's just not something that I do, especially now that I don't have little kids, you know. So anyway, which to each his own. Everybody celebrate what you love. Okay, so here is how our beautiful tree turned out. I think it looks beautiful, so romantic and fun. And just think, you guys can really use some of the goodies that you have on hand. So you layer in your ribbons, and then your ornaments, and then your decorative ornaments, and then add those pretty little finishing touches like the roses that are going to give your tree a hint of romance and joy and goodness. While we're talking about joy and goodness, drop your favorite scripture down below. I would love to hear what has been on your heart this week. How's everybody doing? I have recently been working on trying to express my emotions more to people that I care about. So that is something that sometimes if I get my feelings hurt, I'll tuck them away and I won't talk about them. But when I get my feelings hurt now, I try to kind of rest on it and wait until I work through the big emotions of that feeling. And then when I can calmly address the person and talk to them about my feelings and my emotions, and also examine the part that I played in, a problem or an upsetting situation, because I don't think that anybody's perfect. And I'm so thankful for God's grace and love and mercy. And I had no intent on turning this into a talk with you guys, but it was just on my heart. It's something I struggled through today. I actually cried for about 30 minutes before I started this video, just because I had some tough communication and some big things to overcome. But I went ahead and decided to film for you guys and create this, and it was such great therapy. So if you guys are working through some big emotions, don't forget to get out your glitter and glue gun and your paint and just have so much fun. So God is so good and heals hearts, and I'm just so thankful for you guys. So here's how it looks. So beautiful, and just snowy winter romance. It's just a snowy winter romance tree, but we need to name this tree. So you guys help me name this tree. And so I'm thankful for you guys, and I hope that our little talk helps wherever you're at and whatever you guys have going on. And I hope you guys are looking forward to Christmas joy. My theme, as always, is going to be home for the holidays. I want to welcome my family into my home, my friends. I'm actually going to be having a ladies' girlfriends Friendsgiving, so I'm super excited for that. So I love y'all, and you guys are part of my Friendsgiving.
Candy bowls in my craft stash. My idea is to paint them gold and create a beautiful floral arrangement for the holidays.
I'm taking these 2 Dollar Tree candy bowls and spraying them with Rust-Oleum 2X metallic gold spray paint, and then I'm going to take some styrofoam and hot glue that to the base. The next thing I'm going to do is just take some of this Christmas tree flocked garland, and I cut it apart, and then I'm going to hot glue it and then poke it into the styrofoam, and that's going to give me a base to build my floral arrangement. The next thing I did was take apart a spring wreath with these beautiful green and white berries. a little bit unusual for the holidays, but because I'm using a lot of red and gold, I thought that the pop of green and white would be kind of a nice mixer. So I'm just adding in some of the green and white berries. Dollar Tree also carries very similar green and white berries, and you can pick them apart and then just pick them in. I added a pretty green leaf to the front, which is something to think about when you're making holiday decor, to add in some more natural looking green leaves. That's something that my sweet friends Jake and Caleb taught me, is to just kind of really mix and match in with your florals. So I'm also adding in this larger green leaf to the back. I added in some more white berries, and I'm really building a really strong base before I add my pretty flowers. So from Amazon, they have these foam roses, and they are beautiful, and in my opinion, so realistic without the cost and the mess. I think maybe a whole pack of 40 was like $15-20, but super inexpensive. I have some in my Olivia's Romantic Home Amazon store you guys can go check out. But they come on little wire stems, and you can easily poke them into styrofoam. So I'm clustering them where are in and around the greenery, and they also come with little leaves, and I'm going to add those in last. So here's how it's looking. I have about 8 to 10 roses. Then I took the greenery and I just tied the greenery onto this stem that I had cut off the roses. So the roses come on a stem and they're kind of long, so I had to cut them down. I continued to add a little bit more roses to fill in the blank spots, and I'm going to be using this on my table decoration. I'm having my girlfriends over this weekend, and we are going to be doing a Friendsgiving, so I'm super excited for that. And I'm going to be hosting a little fun Friendsgiving online for you guys too. That's going to be super fun. My son's girlfriend, Skylar, is going to be coming down for that. I'm going to be sharing some fun little holiday hot cocoa drinks and some different cute little fashion ideas. So here is how it turned out. I think it's so gorgeous. It's really elegant, and it's very low profile. That way you can have guests and be able to talk over it. So you need some greenery, a Dollar Tree candy bowl, some spray paint.
And excuse the mess on the counters. I'm trying to share with you guys kind of how I decorated it, but to open it up and make it feel a little bit larger, I put 2 little Hobby Lobby mirrors on either side of my counters, and those are some Anthropologie dupes. So super great find at Hobby Lobby. I think they also have the same dupe at Walmart. And the next thing I brought in was this pretty little glamorous table. It's actually like a mirrored vanity, but my idea is to put it here, and I host all of my Christmas and Thanksgiving and Friendsgiving and just pretty much any family event I host here. So I wanted a glamorous space that I could use in my kitchen to put decor, drinks, just anything kind of fancy. So there's that, and that I got at an antique shop. Actually, my dear friend Jake, that was at his antique shop, and he gave me a great deal on it. The next thing I grabbed for this space is this beautiful thrift store painting. This is from a local thrift store, and I went with black and white because I'm going to be adding lots of Christmas accents, and so the kitchen is going to feel kind of busy with all the candy cane theme, and keeping with kind of a glamorous feel, I thought let's just go with black and white. So I'm going to hang that here. And I think that looks really beautiful for this space. It kind of ties in with a bit of a glamorous look here. And then let's go ahead and style it for Christmas.
So now I'm just going to take and make a cute little floral arrangement. So I found this vase at a flea market, and this pretty little gold leaf is from David Christopher's. It's kind of a hodgepodge of just goodies that I had left over from my decorating stash, and then these cute little ornament balls. And I'm not sure if gold and peppermint are supposed to go together, but I'm going to put them together because I like this little glam spot. And you know what? If it makes you happy, just do it. Just decorate and if it makes you happy, just go for it. It doesn't always have to be perfect, and it doesn't always have to be a certain look or a certain theme. If it makes you happy and you love it and it's in your home, who cares? I'm just teasing, but really, I think, embrace your style, embrace the things that you think are cute, and the whole world might not think they're cute, but if you do, go for it. I found these super cute little trees at the thrift store, and then here is my little Mrs. Claus telephone. For this Christmas decorated idea, we're going to take these candlesticks that I found at the thrift store and these little Dollar Tree wooden rounds, and we're going to create a blooming candle floral. So I'm just going to hot glue them to the top of the candlesticks, and I actually did this for fall, and then I'm going to use a piece of styrofoam on top of that. Jake and I created some beautiful blooming pumpkin candles. This time I'm going to create a beautiful Christmas floral. I'm taking this little round candle ring from Hobby Lobby. I added that to the top, and then I'm going to add in some greenery. I'm going to make a really large one. I want it to be really beautiful and blooming, almost like a floral arrangement on its own. And I'm just taking this Christmas tree garland that I cut into pieces. It's kind of seen better days, but we're going to add in some more pretty berries to make it look really nice and fluffy. And always take all of your Christmas tree garlands and really fluff them out, especially if they've been mashed in boxes or closets or whatnot. The next thing I'm going to do is add in these pretty green berries. I actually just cut these off of a wreath that I had bought during the summertime, and then I added in these pretty little red roses. I found these red roses in a giant pack of 40. I think they were like $20 for 40 on Amazon. Now they are foam roses, but they look really pretty and realistic, and for what I'm using them for, I think it's perfect. I added in some little white roses that I had in my craft stash, and then I'm just adding in some more little leaves. You guys can really get creative with this. Now think about whatever decorating style you're using, use those colors. Next thing I'm going to do is take this white, and it has a little bit of a black leaf on the edge, and I'm just going to make a quick little loopy bow. So you just take the ribbon, loop it over on itself 4 times, and then tie it off in the center with the zip tie. That's going to create a really pretty kind of little fluffy bow. And you're going to want to play around with this. After I got done making this, I did have to kind of play around with the loops just a little bit. And then I just popped it in with a zip tie, super easy peasy. And then you guys can also just take a little floral stem and then secure it with a floral stem. So the floral stem is just a piece of one of the red roses that I had cut off. The red roses come on longer stems, which are great because then you can kind of customize it to whatever size that you need. I'm going to take and make another quick little loopy bow for the other side of my blooming candle floral, and bam, we have a very lovely little Christmas decor piece. It's going to be also something that you guys can use in place of doing like a really large bouquet on your dining room table. That way your guests can kind of see around each other, and it's very unique. And just look for some pretty candlesticks at the thrift store. You guys can paint those, you can make them however you please. I am adding in some red matte ornaments and then these little shiny black ornaments that I found at the thrift store to kind of go in with that. I did add some black decor pillows that are velvet. I found them at the at-home store, and they're so pretty and give my space a little bit of a luxe look, I feel, because I do have a lot of white and gray already, and I feel like these pops of red and black and gold are just going to be really pretty for Christmas. I'm going to do a very traditional tree this year. I'm so excited to share my tree with you. David Christopher's sent me a box of goodies to use on my tray, so I'm over the moon excited. It's like I'm having my own personal Christmas. So fun and fabulous on it. Let me share with you guys how to create a beautiful trash to treasure decor box. You guys can use these for any holidays. We're going to create this for Christmas. I took this big Hello Fresh box and then this Mackenzie Childs wrapping paper that I found on the Mackenzie Childs website, or you can find it on Amazon. And I'm just going to take and I'm going to wrap not the whole box because I'm going to save as much paper as possible, but do a half wrap job here. So I'm just going to take and tape it around the edges of the box, and then tape the other edge, and then start to make my folds on the ends. Hindsight 2020, I should have done it on the other side, made my ends on the other side, because this is supposed to be the side that faces out. But anyway, I did that on the other one. So just take and foldy your paper to where it looks nice and not lumpy to the best of your ability. I did the same thing on the other side, and then bam, there's my little recycled trash to treasure designer present. So you guys can also find some black and white paper or use any paper that you love. Now I'm going to use some Dollar Tree ribbon, and I'm going to take duct tape to duct tape the ribbon ribbon to the bottom of the box. Packing tape would probably work too, but I know duct tape is going to stay nice and secure on there. I just wrapped it around once, and here's how that looks. Super easy. I had wrapped previously another one of these boxes, so I'm just going to add some pretty ribbon to give this black and white a little bit of flair. This is going to go in my Christmas crafting studio, which is actually my garage. Now, you guys had saw me pick up these little Christmas present boxes at the thrift store, and they had seen better days, so I decided to glitz and glam them up. They were cute green, but I really thought adding some Mod Podge and loads of glitter would really make it really nice. Now, I love glitter, but boy, did these things shed. So I'm going to give you guys a solution to that in just a minute. But you're going to add a really generous layer of Mod Podge, and then these big giant things of glitter are at Walmart. You probably want to grab some if you guys like a sparkly holiday like me. I actually have this left over from last season, so a little bit goes a long way. The next thing I wanted to do is just stack them on top of each other. It took me a long time to glitter all these up, so this was kind of a next day project, and I even glittered the bows. I hot glued them to the top, and wow, I added some Mod Podge, spray Mod Podge, and then I ran out of that, but I added a lot of spray Mod Podge to keep that glitter on there, because all the glitter everywhere, even though I love glitz, glam, and glitter, it was a little bit much, you guys. It's getting everywhere. I decided to really zhuzh these presents up even more, because why not? And I have tons of little gold ornaments. So I added in some Dollar Tree gold ornaments to the top part of my little presents. And if you guys don't have these little thrift store packages, and originally they were supposed to light up, but all the lights were broken except for one. So hey, I just cut the lights out, and I can always add flare lights on the inside. But if you guys don't have these, you can always just take and wrap some boxes in red and then add some gold ribbon and make a pretty gold bow. So here's how it is. I stacked them all up, trimmed off the weird fraying stuff because they are super old. You can't see it up close so much, but they do have a bit of just wonkiness to them. And I think just creating two of them matching really gives a big punch to this little holiday display. So this is a cute little display that I'm going to use for my Facebook Live that I'm doing for you guys. And I do intend to share how to create a Christmas garland later on in my Christmas crafting series. And I've already shared with you guys how to do this wreath. So fun and fabulous. And then for the little table, I just took and zip tied some candy canes to the table, and those gingerbread guys are from Hobby Lobby. So happy crafting! For this DIY, I want to share with you guys how to take one of those little mini trees, and then this little mini Christmas tree came from Target, and I just grabbed one of my kitchen canisters. This happens to be a Mackenzie Childs ones. Oh, they're so wonderful. But any kitchen canister you guys have, and pop a little mini Christmas tree in them. Dollar Tree has mini Christmas trees. I'm going to take apart this little candy cane cluster ornament. It had like 5 on each cluster, and I'm going to use the little mini candy canes just to decorate the Christmas tree. And so you just take and you're just going to pull apart the little garland and then add the candy canes to the tree. And it was a lot easier to use some wire snips to go ahead and snip that apart. And wire snips are one of the staples in my crafting arsenal, that's for sure. So I'm just going to continue to add in my little candy canes. And you just kind of want to eyeball it, but because it's a small tree, I didn't really want to overwhelm it, so I think I used maybe 5 total, and I just used the little wires to wire it on. You might hear my little puppy dog, Benji Bear. He's my little helper, creative director, producer of this video. Sure wish he could provide for the craft supplies, so that would be nice, huh? Anyway, I'm just continuing to work my way around the tree with all the little fun candy canes. Now for the tree topper, I'm just using this red ribbon, and I'm just going to tie that to the top of the tree, and that was the red ribbon off the little candy cane garland. And then I prepared these dried oranges, and I'm just going to loop a piece of wire through my dried oranges and add those to my little Christmas tree. This is going to be a Christmas tree that's in my kitchen next to my kitchen counter, so I wanted it to be festive and just feel kind of fun with all the pretty dried oranges. And I'm going to share with you guys in another DIY how to easily dry out oranges for your Christmas garlands. It's actually something that the Victorians did back way long time ago, and so it's something that you guys can easily do. And again, that's something that you can have your kiddos help you with. You want to slice the oranges, but you guys can bake them and make some pretty little ornaments with them. So just a fun and fabulous way to jazz up a little mini Christmas tree. I didn't go over. And so for this DIY, I want to share with you guys how you can jazz up your little hand soap or dish soap containers. Sorry if you hear my little puppy dog Benji Bear. So these dish soap and hand soap containers I did get off of Amazon, and they're kind of fancy, but they came with already the fancy labels, and I love how uniform they look and just clean they look. They're plastic bottles, and they're also really large, so you don't have to continually refill your containers. But I'm going to take just some Dollar Tree peppermint candy cane ribbon, and I'm not hot gluing on the container. I'm just hot gluing the ribbon end to end, and then I'm going to snip that off, and I think that looks really cute and festive. So I'm going to do that to the other one. Again, because these are by my sink and they're the hand soap and the dish soap, they get used quite a bit, so I didn't want to get too crazy with the decorations on this. I think it'd be really cute if I had like some Christmas stickers to add to the front of the bottle. But I just kind of want to keep it simple since I am decorating quite a bit of my kitchen, which I can't wait to share with you guys my home tour. And if you guys are new to my channel, say hi in the comment section below. And then here's just a little vintage tray that I picked up at the Goodwill, and I thought that looked really pretty. Of course, you guys, I had to go just a little bit extra. I found these little Dollar Tree bows in my craft stash, and they're kind of plasticky bows, so I thought that they would hold up pretty well to any little soap or water drips that I might have going on. So I'm just hot gluing that to the front of the candy cane ribbon. You can't see the candy cane ribbon quite as much now, so you guys could always leave this part out. This is just a little bit of an extra step, but I think it looks really cute. Let me know if you guys think it looks cute or corny, or maybe a little bit of both, cute and corny. Maybe cute is corny. I don't know. It's funny because I was using the word corny with my daughter the other day, and she was like, "What does corny mean?" And I was like, "What do you mean, what does corny mean?" It means like silly, funny. And she was like, "Oh, it sounds like it's like not a nice word." And I was like, "No, my family used to always use it when we were growing up. They would say, 'Oh, that's so corny.' Or, you know, if my dad would make a joke, my mom would say, 'Oh, you're so corny.'" Anyway, here is how it looks with my little decorative dish soap and hand soap bottles. And then again, I did get these off Amazon, so you can just type in, you know, plastic hand soap, dish soap bottles, and they come with a bunch of pretty labels. I actually also got some for my shampoo and conditioner in my bathroom, and it just looks so pretty. It's just like such a nice little touch to do if you have a little bit extra and you want to make it a little bit more fabulous in your home. I always say bloom where you're planted, and I like to do that. And here's just a little peek around my Christmas kitchen. I did add a garland to the top of my chandelier, so I just added the garland. And for this next DIY, I'm going to share with you guys how to make a beautiful floral lantern topper using goodies you might already have in your craft stash. So I dug out these beautiful white and green berries. They have these at Dollar Tree, but I cut them off of a spring wreath that I had used and had seen better days, but I salvaged those berries. The next thing I'm going to do is make a quick little loopy bow. You just take and measure your ribbon from your hand or from your wrist to your elbow, and then you loop the ribbon over on itself 4 to 6 times, depending upon how big you want your bow and how big you want the loops to be. For this one, I looped it over on itself 6 times. That's going to give me a nice big fluffy bow. I'm using wired velvet ribbon from Walmart. My Texas home has some beautiful ribbon out. You guys need to check it out. The next thing I'm going to do is take a zip tie and zip tie my bow to the top of my lantern. That's going to keep it on there nice and tight to where if it gets moved around or set outside, it's not going to blow off in the blustery wind. I'm then going to pre-fluff my ribbon loops. You're probably going to go back in and fluffy up your ribbon loops a couple of times if you guys are like me and you love big bows and you cannot lie. So here's how everything is looking so far. You guys might be noticing that I'm looking into the camera and kind of squinting a little bit. It seems as if I am now needing reading glasses. So I don't need glasses just regular day to day, but when I'm looking up close to something, I really can't see that well. So bear with me. You guys are following a crafter that can't quite see what she's doing. So you guys can be my eyes. The next thing I'm going to do is take and cut a piece of ribbon. I did dovetail those ends, and this is going to be my tail. Then I'm going to add in this pretty little white rose and some more beautiful little white berries. And again, Dollar Tree has these white and green berries. And then I am going to add in these pretty foam red roses. I ordered a giant pack of them off of Amazon. If you just look for foam roses, these are so nice, and they're $15-20 for a giant pack of them. They're not real and they're just foam, but I think they look really pretty. Just me personally, I think they add a lot of pizzazz, and a friend of mine even asked if they were real, so that's kind of a good thing. I'm going to take and curly up my little ribbon tails with my hands here, and then add in some pretty little flickering flameless candles. I have these in my Amazon store as well as the foam roses, and I have a link for my Amazon store in the description box below if you guys want to go check that out. But here is how it is looking so far. I think it looks so fun. It's very easy to do something like this. I did add in a little bit of an evergreen branch to the top of that too, and that gave me something to build my floral base off of. If I didn't mention that, I wanted to mention that. So here's how everything looks. Of course, I'm not going to cluster them all together on this little coffee table. And this coffee table I got free at the thrift store today. They have a back dock where they just set stuff out there for free. It is a bit of a loud, bold gold. I think somebody did some gold leafing on it, but it's a very sturdy base. And maybe for the holidays, it's okay. I don't know. Let me know what you guys think. It's either really cool and kind of vintagey looking, or it's really gold and a bad craft project. So it could go both ways, which I'm kind of a fan of. That's kind of how my crafts go. It could either be really cool or a craft project gone wrong. Here's my little puppy dog Benji Bear. He is my assistant and my best bud in my studio during the day while I'm working. He got a new holiday toy. He got a little gingerbread squeaky toy. Terriers love squeaky toys. They're little rat dogs because they were actually used for digging rats out of foxholes. Anyway, in the toys, it came with Santa's milk and the little gingerbread one. So he keeps pulling that out for me to play with because I gave it to him yesterday. He's ready for his walk and feeling a bit anxious. So he's outside right now, but he wants to say hi to you guys and Roof. And hi to all the kitty cat and puppy dog fans out there. And we love you guys so much. I'm so excited to share with you guys my Christmas home and how I'm decorating my home and so many more DIYs. Thank you guys for being here. And don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment. I love y'all.
Thank you all so much for joining me on another fun and fabulous crafting and decorating adventure. It's a true blessing and honor to have you all here. I hope you guys are so inspired to begin or to complete or keep working on your Christmas crafting and decorating. And remember, every day is a new day. It is a gift from God, and it is another chance to smile, send somebody a text message, a phone call, reach out, keep going. No matter where you're at, I know everybody is going through something, and just keep that in mind, especially when you're commenting and posting online. Remember just to be kind online and to be uplifting and all of that kind of fun stuff. So I'm drinking my coffee. It has whipped cream with a little bit of cinnamon. It smells so delicious. So I hope you guys make yourself a cup of coffee or hot cocoa this weekend or hot tea, and you just get out your pretty ornaments and you just make a pretty bow or make a pretty Christmas wreath for a friend, or maybe you're not up for decorating and crafting this year. That's okay. okay too. I don't know where you're at and what you're going through, but let me just hug your heart right now and let me say a little prayer for you. Lord, I just ask that you bless my friends and family here, and Lord, you just bring peace, love, and joy to their spirit. Lord, help them forgive if they need to forgive, and give them forgiveness when they need to be forgiven. Lord, help them keep going and keep putting one foot in front of the other, because every day is a new day, Lord. And we just know so much that with your mercy, grace, and love, we can have joy, hope, and all of that good stuff. And we ask this in the precious and holy name, Jesus, and amen to that. So if you guys have a beautiful prayer, drop those prayer requests down below. This is my 6th season on YouTube, and I'm Olivia's Romantic Home. Listen, I am a DIY crafty mama. There's no script, there's no person filming. It's just me, you guys, my glue gun, and this camera. So thank you for being here. Thank you for following along. I create my own content, I fund my own content, and I produce my own content and edit all my own content. So, you know, you guys might notice that I'm not perfect, but you know what? I've always just tried to have the courage to keep going and keep putting my videos out for you guys. As long as you guys want to keep watching, that's what I'm going to go ahead and do. So thank you guys for being here. Truly, I have been crafting and decorating since I was a little girl. I would make crafts out of shoe boxes. In fact, I would make little home interior homes out of shoe boxes, and I would cut a hole in the end so it would be a viewfinder and then a hole in the top. And that's actually a craft you guys could do with your kiddos or grandkids. My mom loved Country Living magazine, and so I would cut Country Living magazines out and, you know, put like furniture on the inside of my shoebox and all of that kind of fun stuff. Okay, sorry guys, I noticed that my little YouTube screensaver had changed, and it was a commercial, so I had to change that off of there. And I have had questions on, you guys have asked me about the screensavers that are Christmas screensavers. I do them for every single season, but all you guys have to do is go to the your YouTube function on your TV if you have a smart TV, and you type in Christmas screensaver, and there's so many to choose from. And you can also type in fine art screensaver, and you can get some with music, without music, all that kind of fun stuff. And they'll do slideshows, and they'll do hours and hours of fine art or Christmas scenes or whatnot. So there is that. So anyway, but what I was saying is, when I was a little girl, I used to craft and make little home interiors with my little shoe boxes. And then as I was a teenager, I did collages from fashion magazines. So I have been crafting and decorating since I was a little girl, and it is so good for my heart and soul. I know if I struggle with anxiety or depression, which I do here and there, when I get out my glue gun and make something beautiful, and my kiddos come home and they're like, wow, Mom, that looks so pretty, it just makes my heart smile, and it will make you feel accomplished when you do something pretty. And even if it doesn't turn out perfect, just sometimes the act of crafting and decorating will really be helpful. And another thing that's so helpful for me is getting my body moving. So I have asked people about my fitness journey. I started working out a couple years ago just because I was starting to deal with some symptoms of aging. Mainly hot flashes. But when I hit the gym and I go 4 to 5 times a week and I do 30 minutes of cardio and some light weights, I feel so much better no matter what I have woke up with and was upset about or whatever. Going to the gym really helps refresh and renew my spirit, and it helps me start my day, as well as a prayer card. And those prayer cards that I share with you guys every morning on my Instagram and Facebook stories, those are from Dollar Tree. A lot of you guys asked me about that. So anyway, I did not mean to get so chatty at the end of this video, but I just want to let you guys know that I am just a mama, just like you guys. And I am just doing my best, as always, to put one foot in front of the other. And I want to encourage you guys to do the same, because I know that this time of year can really be a struggle for people. You know, people struggle with loneliness, they struggle with sadness. You know, there can be a lot of changes going on in your lives, guys, and I get that. So I love you. I don't know where you guys are watching from, but just know that my heart beats for you, and I'm so thankful to have you here, and you matter. You are so important. So anyway, I'm gonna let you guys go on about your day and get some stuff done. I actually have my little niece's choir performance tonight, and it's gonna be cold, so I'm gonna pop my heavy coats into the washer because they're white and they have makeup all over them. So you guys might hear that washer going in the background. My washer and dryer. I'm getting caught up on laundry. Listen, I'm just like y'all. But anyway, I love y'all. I can't wait for next week's video. We're going to keep crafting and decorating all the way up into New Year's and then even afterwards. So don't be sad, because we're going to start decorating for Valentine's Day after the new year. And I do a big, beautiful Valentine's Day tree, and we're just going to keep all that crafting and decorating rolling. So don't be sad to think about putting away your Christmas decor. You guys can easily leave everything out, as I am going to do, and I'm just going to add a bunch of pretty hearts and bows that have hearts on them to my Christmas decor. I know I did that last year, and actually it was because I broke my ankle. Gosh, this is getting really chatty, but so I couldn't even take down my Christmas tree until after April, so I did an Easter tree. So don't panic, we're going to keep on crafting and decorating. So I love y'all to the moon and back. I'm wishing you a gorgeous, fabulous, blessed weekend. Happy December, and until our next video, remember, be kind to yourselves, be kind to one another, don't give up, and we'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.